Hello and welcome to the RV Living Show. I'm Luann Street, and this is brought to you by Design Your RV Life. So I used to be Where the Streets Wander. So if you knew me as that, now I'm rebranding, and we have great stuff coming your way. I wanted to say hello to everybody who's watching with me live. I may not have great signal, and I don't know if you can hear me. So I'm going to ask you to let me know in the comments. If you're here with me live, let me know that you can hear me okay and that, things are going all right. I'm actually in my RV. I'm taking a trip, my first solo extended trip. So I've been camping now for 5 nights. 4. Anyway, okay, I got a thumbs up, so I'm hoping that means you all can hear me. Please post in the comments, let me know. Oh, Tammy says yes, perfect. I just didn't want to go forward if we were having trouble. I actually brought my light. I forgot my extra camera, and I'm just not prepared. So, but the show is on the road, which is super exciting to me. So today's topic is Plan With Me, May 2022. So last month I started a special segment called Plan With Me, and I wanted to kind of dive into like all the mechanics of travel planning. And since we have a travel planner to sell you, if you so want to organize your travels, that's how I do my travel planning. So, but you can take these tips, tricks, and hacks that I do and apply them to anything that you want to use for your travel planning. And Doris says, it's okay, do-overs. That's right. I say no mistakes, only lessons, right? So I started this journey on this leg of the trip. It kind of built out, right? Because most of you know that I lost my husband, Brian, last September. We were full-timers. And then as I'm moving forward in my RV journey, I need to do this solo. I need to know how to do everything, right? And I've had a bunch of help along the way from some great people in my RV community who are in my membership, who are just neighbors in the RV park. It's been a great outpouring of support. And so I'm really excited that this trip that was supposed to be a meetup with friends over the weekend actually turned into a 3-week-long jaunt. I added on and on and on to be able to do this and see how it is for me doing it by myself. And those of you who are solo, you guys are rock stars. So I send out kudos to you and just let you know that you're doing a great job, and keep the tips coming. Okay, so today we're going to talk about travel planning. Okay, so last month we dove into using the planner a little bit, talking about the campground reservation log that's in the RV travel planner. If you have one, let me know in the comments. If you do some other sort of planning, that's okay. No judgment here, but let me know that too, because I'm always interested to see what people are using. So I want to talk about when you review, because this can work for part-timers, free-timers, full-timers. You always need to kind of look back to move forward. And so I want to kind of look back at April and take a minute before I dive into May and review what I did. So where did I camp? Did I like where I camped? And if I did, I'm going to want to turn to that place in my travel planner and mark that RV park with a star rating. So in this travel planner, there is a place to put a rating of the campground to see if you want to return there. So having a reflection time at the beginning of every month for the previous month, it helps you troubleshoot what went well. Did you wait too long to book? Were you disappointed because you didn't get the place that you wanted to? How did that turn out for you? Were you able to get on a wait list? All those types of things can help you reflect on maybe what you could do better moving forward. I think as campgrounds are filling up, planning more and more ahead is going to be necessary, especially for those high ticket, high high tourist areas where everybody wants to be in the summer. And, you know, you're going to be fighting with those people who are local to the area because they want to get out and camp too. So as we talk about this, so you're looking back, right? So I'm going to look back at my last month. And so last month I was in Pigeon Forge with friends. I actually did 2 solo trips to a campground that I was familiar with, learned to do all my black tank stuff. So if you are a new RVer and you're just wanting to get started, I highly recommend practicing, because with practicing brings confidence, right? So go somewhere local, go somewhere you're comfortable with, and just learn to do all the things. And that has made a tremendous difference for me. I actually pulled in this campground after boondocking last night at a Harvest Host location, which I highly recommend. If you're ever on I-40 between Raleigh and Asheville in Catawba County, there is an awesome Harvest Host location called Murray's Mill. And it is a historic location that you can stop at. They have 3 spots. So there was one for my smaller RV. There was a bigger one for a bigger RV. I looked at it and I'm pretty sure a 45 footer could get in there. Backing in. Yeah, I think you could do it. So, and then there was another one up on the hill. So this historic mill used to produce flour for the community. And there's all these little houses that are being restored. And the Historical Society has taken it on as a project. And there's hiking trails. There's a beautiful lake, and the water falls into where the mill wheel is. And they have a little general store with things that are from local people, local artisans and things. I bought a jar of homemade pickles. I bought some lip balm from a local person, because, you know, as Harvest Host members, whenever you camp there, you're supposed to reciprocate by buying things at the location. And they recommend spending up to about $20 to just, you know, kind of keep this reciprocity going, right? So you get free camping and they get, you know, benefit of you enjoying their goods. And I actually had somebody say that they don't like Harvest Host because they just want to pay for hookups. And while yes, that's true, but you're trading your money for hookups, but you're just in another campground. Harvest Host can be an experience. In this case, this was a great experience. There are a lot of wineries and breweries. I'll put the link below. I'm actually an affiliate for them. So if you do want to join Harvest Host and check out their program, if you'd use my link, that would be great. And you know what? While we're talking about that kind of stuff, if you're watching me on YouTube or you enjoy videos on YouTube, please hit subscribe and like on Facebook. Just show the Facebook algorithm and the YouTube algorithm that you guys love this show, so I can keep bringing great content to you, because it also helps, you know, everyone else to know that, you know, it's an important video, that people are liking it. And also, please don't be shy. Share your stuff. Share it out there. If you like this video, if you like some of my other videos, please share them. Okay, so enough talking about that. Let's talk about, you know, we've reflected, we've decided maybe we need to plan a little bit farther ahead. So while we may be looking at May, hopefully we're only reviewing May at this point. And for me, that is true. I've made my reservations. I have reservations farther out, but I want to review them so I can start to do my location planning, because there's 2 types of travel planning, right? There's how to get there, where you're going to stay, but then there's that also piece, what are you going to do while you're there? So as we look at May coming up, I am actually on my way to a leisure travel van rally. I am going to meet up with other LTVers who have the same kind of motorhome I am, and we're going to meet at the Outer Banks, which I'm super excited about. I've always wanted to camp at the Outer Banks. I've been there before. I've vacationed there before, but I've never RV'd there before. So I'm excited to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my reservation, make sure that I have it, double check my email, make sure that I have either know what my balance is, because that is also on my campground reservation log. It lets me know what my balance is. And then I know I can be prepared, whether they take cash or credit cards. Sometimes these smaller campgrounds, well, Camp Hatteras is not a smaller campground, but like the one I'm in right now is a smaller campground, and that they could possibly give a discount if you pay cash. So that's always something to think about and be prepared for. If you're not always able or used to carrying cash around, that might be something you want to think about. So since I'm going to this rally, there was an itinerary that was also posted for me. So I went ahead and I used my weekly activity sheets, and I put in all the things from the rally that I'm going to be doing every day, because this will also help me meal plan. This is going to help me know, how much food I maybe need to bring with me since I'm only coming on a trip, or if I need to stop at the grocery store for something special, if I'm supposed to have a potluck or something, that would be here, so that I can also, know that and make that plan to stop accordingly. So under things to do, I wrote down that I want to take my bike over to 𝐒𝐢𝐠𝐬𝐿. So I need to figure that out. I need to find out when the ferry times are. I need to see if I need to make a reservation for that. The logistics of that. Someone had mentioned to me that maybe the ferry wasn't running because of the drought, that the water's so low. So, these are all things that could change my plans and that I need to look into. So as I go through, I'm looking and just making sure that all my reservations are made, that on my month, I have actually checked off that I have reservations on each day, that I don't need to fill in any gaps that I maybe forgot, and go ahead and look at the end of the month. And I see, oh man, I've got Memorial Day right there. And so since this is an undated planner, this planner does not have holidays in it. So I highly recommend that you go ahead and put all the holidays in, because the holidays are the important ones that if you want to camp, they're the ones that fill up the fastest, because people have extended weekends. There's all sorts of things that they want to do. So you're also competing with them for that holiday weekend. And it's even more important as a full-timer to fill in those holiday weekends, because you're out there camping and you're living in your RV, and to you, it may be just another weekend or another week, but to those who are getting out, they're going to take up those spaces. So you really want to make sure that you're looking ahead and planning. I'm not camping over Memorial Day. I am camping over 4th of July. And so I would look ahead and make sure that I have a reservation over the 4th of July, so that I'm not scrambling to get one. And it might actually already be too late if I didn't do that. I do have one. I'm going to be camping with my family. So I do know that is going to happen. So what's also neat about the undated planner is you can actually start, I don't know if you can see it or not, you can start so that it ends right here. You can go ahead and start on the 1st again to kind of round out your month and make sure that you have that first week book, since the 1 month carries into the other. And then you can jump on over into June and look at that and mark what you're going to be doing for June. So I hope that those tips were, helpful to you. The whole idea is to this month to find out where you're going and now start to dive into that local planning. Are you going to try to ride a bike somewhere? Are you going to try to kayak somewhere? Should you book that ahead as the summertime comes? If you're going to be ocean kayaking, that could be something that if you're in a certain place, you might want to take advantage of. Make sure that you need, whether or not you need reservations or not. And if they're booked up for the time that you're going to be there, so you're not disappointed. So that's all I have for this month. So I'm excited about my plans. Are you excited about your plans? What kind of plans do you have for May? Let's talk about them in the comments, okay? I would love to hear what everybody has up their sleeves. All right. So Kim says, Hear you great from Oklahoma in the midst of severe thunderstorms. I know. I think the West or Midwest is getting hit pretty hard with these storms. And it's interesting where I am in Eastern North Carolina. They are having sort of a drought. They haven't had a good rain since last July. I mean, that's a long time. So it's pretty hot over here. So let's see. Dina says hi from Oklahoma. And Ship to Shore, Brad and Barbara said they just got their 2023. Okay, because they, even though it's undated for them, that's their 2023 and they're planning ahead. And that's so important so that you aren't disappointed when you get to an area. Linda says, have one, love the app, also use RV Trip Wizard. Well, I have plans for the app. So as we're talking about the app, my son-in-law developed this one. It's a free app at this point. If you want to know all about it, you can go to streetswander.com/app and you can download it for Android or iOS. But I'm going to get it further developed so that it's more like the travel planner. So it's a digital product, and it will be a subscription. So we'll be working on that. Me and the mouse in my pocket. Well, me and my son-in-law will be working on that for the rest of 2022 and hopefully launch that in 2023. Okay. Tom says, I love the planner as a part-timer in North Carolina. Awesome. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That's amazing. I appreciate you letting me know. So Brad says, hi from Escalante, Utah. We did 2 practice trips as you taught us before we left for full-time. Once just RV and the other with the toad. Learned a lot, like how to get stuck in Florida sugar sand. I will never forget that, Brad. I won't. I was like, what? Oh man, that's terrible. Yeah, there's always an adventure to be had. Oh, Kim says, sounds like a wonderful place. It's adding it to our list of places to visit. Thanks for the info that a big rig would fit. Yeah, I should have taken a better picture for you guys. That would have been good. Linda says, sounds like a lot of fun. Outer Banks. Yes, it's going to be nice. I think it's going to be hot, but Doris says she's online teaching until May 27th, and then she's going to head to Texas. Well, awesome. Texas is a great place to visit. Dina says, thinking about going to the Ark Encounter in Kentucky. Highly recommend that, Dina. That is a beautiful, beautiful visit. Creation Museum, Ark Encounter. Loved it. It was awesome. Rose says, hi, Luann. I'm going to PM you to hook up to Facebook. Awesome. Sylvan says, mooch stocking with friends right now, but going to Texas where I recently got a long-term lot in an RV park outside of San Antonio. Well, that's awesome, Sylvan. I'm so glad for you. And if I'm not mistaken, you are also a solo RVer. Isn't that true? And Ship to Shore, Brad and Barbara said, we headed north this summer into the Rockies following this cool weather, starting to plan 2023 East Coast summer. Awesome. Yes. I'll tell you what, that whole thing online, everybody's seen it, where it's like following the 72 degrees all through the United States, trying to get those cooler temperatures. It's what people like to do. And Kim says, we just booked last night for Williams, Arizona for mid-May to visit the Grand Canyon, ride the train, and do Sunset Rim Tour with Canyon Ministries. So excited. Awesome. Okay. Well, that's great. And so I'm so glad that you were able to get reservations and now you're good to go and you don't have to be worrying about that. And Sylvan says, yes, her husband passed away last May. Yes, I'm very sorry for that. And so we have that in common. And it's not something fun to have in common, is it? But we're doing it. We're doing it. Okay, well, that's it for this week. I appreciate everybody joining me tonight live as we did a week of travel planning, or a month of travel planning. And I'm planning on doing this for the next couple months to see where this goes and how we can add in some more tips and hacks for you to make it easier to travel plan, because I know it's fun, but when you have to do it a lot, it can be cumbersome. So anything that we can do to make it easier is always a benefit. All right, guys, I'm signing off from Eastern North Carolina. I love you guys. You guys be blessed, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place for the RV Living Show. Take care.